Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another H-Bars 4 replay. It's on the top right side as the red Mongols with LoueMT. On the bottom left side as the cyan Ottomans, we have Naheulbeuk. Let's see now, what does each player has? Catch is going to be very useful. Of course, got an early military school. Schools will provide some extra forces. That's will get out some stone miners, or never mind. Saw something a little bit off. We now have some of the spearmen being pulled on the field. We got this horseman, advanced force, trying to torch down this pasture. Red has gone for an early pasture. The military schools provide some constant reinforcement there. Now pulling out barracks. Since he sees this horseman torching down stuff, he knows that he's going to be fighting against aggressive spearmen early on. He's trying to go for the spearmen now so he can pull out pairs of spearmen. Going for early pasture like this, it can be hit or miss. Both these deer are right next to each other, so the Mongol player should eye to expand out to that. And this barracks, he has to sacrifice a villager there to get that barracks up. He, nope, does pull back now. Honestly, this individual spearman you get out for free provides a massive swing and momentum. It really does. Now this villager's trying to build up the rest of this. Does get the barracks built. He may lose his village in return. Now it's trying to get out pair of spearmen out. He's gonna have to spend his early stone on these spearmen. And does pull out two pairs of or has queued up two pairs of spearmen. He's not one to collect any more wood at the moment. He wants to collect the food. And he's actually low on sheep here, isn't he? He has no sheep remaining. The villagers or spearman has come on out. Now he's going to try to stab these forces. And we got the con for sure. Oh crap! He has. It's not going good for the con, or for the Mongol player, is it? He lost all these sheep, and he critically needs that sheep. He does have a over-influenced pasture, but this is that will only support up to 4 villagers, not all of those villagers there. Got the twin minaret being pulled on the field, which will provide the Ottoman player some good amount of food there. And now we've got the sheep advancing onto his opponent's town center. Why not? And does get those sheep claimed. And now his opponent is in a great position. And there's probably still a lot of sheep on the map as well, because his opponent's scout pushed directly into his opponent's base. Red spearman now advancing forward. We've got the silver tree now being put on field. He's going to go for a trade. The sounds like there has red spotted just yet. Red has not spotted that town center yet, but he has gotten down over here. He may have an idea that's right here. These players are pretty experienced, so should be able to determine where that spearman's located at. Not spearman, trade post located at. He knows where the spearmen are located at. And Science Spearmen have not engaged all too well. 2 of them are down to 3 health. Got some of these guys inside a town center fire. Let's finish off that one there. And Twin Minaret does provide food and not the economic. Access a mill grows 4 berry bushes that harvest 50% faster. Berry bushes are grown after 120 seconds if depleted. Trying to go for that villager now. Let's get some good stabs there on the villager. Finds good volley of stabs. Though he may lose one of these spearmen relatively soon. He's trying to stop this mill from being, or mining camp being pillaged. You know what? If you decide to delete it early, you will not deny the resources. It will actually give the plus 25 gold and food to your opponent still. Deleting its stuff early will not give you resources, nor canceling a construction order after it being torched once by the Mongol player. However, that does still allow us to get a partial refund. Start torch it down now. Both players are now in feudal age. Do not got the silver tree advance to the corner. And the Khan does spot the trading post now. And the scout does spot the Khan scouting out the trade post. You know, got the hardened spearman resource for red. No hardened spearman for cyan because he is not deployed on barracks just yet. He only has 3 units at the moment. And the Khan is pursuing the scout. Killing out the scout would be quite nice. Of course, he has to overcome health regen. Health regen is not too high at this moment. It looks like now he's using some stone to invest into pairs of archers, plus the Mongol players eyeing for aggression. Remember, I still consider the Mongol player on the back foot because not getting all of those, losing all those sheep. He may need to get out a second pasture in this region in order to help provide some food. He may need to go for the berries early, and berries are not a good source of food. And to give a comparison about how poor berries are, these unique berry bushes that are harvested 50% faster, that they're in smaller increments, they're not 175 as opposed to standard 250. The base hard cat collection rate is 66. Farms and sheep are collected at 0.75. The boar is being collected at 0.9. So we're only talking about food that can be collected faster than boar, but they will be collected very quickly. 4 villages may be the magic number in order for collection of those berry bushes, which is not that great. Stables are not being pulled on field. He may be eyeing for some keshiks. He does spot at least the archers. There's a mix of Sapaws, archers, and spearmen in this region, so mass keshiks could be reasonably well. Of course, the opponent can always transition to more spearmen, but he's only getting... No, that's the rest of the spearmen. He is, of course, it's sort of hard to tell, but he has no bear supply on the field. Going for another military school now, trying to get some more free units. And multiple military schools are being pulled on the field. He does have a meter. The meter provides constant buff for these forces. Now Silver Trees start pulling out these traders. The path is diagonal. There are some forests in the way. It does partially slice through his own base, but it's going to be hard to protect that trade line from Sapaws. Just realized something. Need to bring up Rumble over here so I can see any chats. Got these forces pushing way forward now. There's a decent force of only archers there. Sapaws will do some great damage, and they have the fortitude ability, gain plus 50% attack speed, and receive 50% more damage from melee weapons. Which archers do not have that. They use the fortitude ability there. Now I've got a Keshik here, but the Keshik's being focused down as well. Scout receiving some fire there, which is not good for red actually. It's doing a good meat sponge there. Let's take the Scout there. Keshik started engaging away. That's the ball's advancing forward. Keshik's being focused down. He needs more Keshiks out on the field. Right now the civilian count is very similar. China has not put out any sort of additional town center, so the extra trade that's being put out by red is going to be great, but it does spot the trader right there. That trader will go down, and now China knows they need to hit the size of the map. More Keshiks being put on the field. Archers pushing way forward. Does spot another trader there. Red's going to have trouble holding there. These Keshiks are being focused down one at a time. Got more reinforcements being put on the field. He's also in the middle of the space there. Keshik's falling back over here. On's being put on the field. He may need to get some stone invested into some of these Keshiks. I don't have enough resources for it. Nor stone. Got a bit of wood. Now it does get some damage on the Sapaws with the town center fire. Pairs of archers not being put on the field. Overall, horsemen and Keshiks would have been better options to invest their stone into. Keshik getting overwhelmed there. As right now, and now thanks all these free units, the Scienfire is going to maintain the pressure there with the free Sapaws. These villagers with the Tranquility Steer has been spotted and needs this food there as well. He's hitting this one's gold and hitting his food. The villager's now trying to run back home. He has packed up this infrastructure. He needs to get it redeployed, that's for sure. The villager's taking a long path around. Trying to immediately task on this sheep there. Keshik charging forward. Finds a good strike there, but this Keshik goes down, is already severely wounded. Does not have more Keshiks on the field being pulled on out. He has decent resource there, so he can pull out some pairs of Keshiks. Now got this force somewhat falling back. Maybe we'll get the pasture packed up once it gets pulled out of the sheep. That's going to focus on the Ovo. Which honestly, it probably would have been better to go for the barracks. And more of these traders getting hit, but this time by wolves. And now we've got Sapa going over here. We've got melee armor now being researched by the Ottoman player. We've got another barracks stable here. He actually has 4 being queued on up, but only 3 stables at the moment. A lot of archers here, so Keshiks will do fine. Horsemen will do fine as well. Sapas, they do have a little bit more. They do have a decent inherent health. No cons to rise. A wave of 6 Keshiks could. No, there's a lot of archers here. At the Metros nearby, they have a lot of increased DPS. You have +1 pierce armor for the Mongol player, which is actually very, very important. He does pack up these infrastructure there. He's trying to back on off. Trying to play around the town center. You don't see siege engineers for Cyan. Trying to pull out some more Keshiks now. And they've got these Keshiks engaging this force over here. There's just a wolf there. And I'll start torch down this outpost as well. I'm for a bit of a counterattack. Khan does see some arrows there. Of course, he does have a bit of health regen. And these Keshiks getting overwhelmed. Now got the spearmen being pulled on the field. This military school is not currently deploying out anything at the moment. And it looks like it's deploying out some spearmen with the military schools, realizing it's going for mass Keshiks. Does find the spearman there, does get it off, trying to pick up these forces as well. This one does get some much needed health regen. These archers could be picked on off. Let's back out this stable there. Now try to go for the villagers there. We'll find these Keshiks in the back line. It looks like these Sapas will be cleaned on up, which actually is very, very important for Red. You guys still know about this single Sapa there? A single Keshik clean that one up. There's only one spearman here. Red does have less civilians in his opponent at the moment. Got a good number of defensive archers here. And more villagers there collecting up some wood. You've got 5 pastures here. Very nice. I'm trying to save the Silver Tree. Silver Tree does have a faster production rate, if I remember correctly, which will be very useful in order to get those traders up and going once again. And now these Keshiks will be hit significantly. They're still, they have been upgraded hardened spearmen. And a single trader has been retasked and will be cleaned on up. And this is the problem with Guerriers. Trying to micro them, pack them up, and push forward. Exactly. They need to be a bit more aggressive with dealing with these villagers. And he doesn't realize that hasn't probably packed up once again. And that's one reason why the pack up and unpack up mechanic on the Guerriers are not really useful. They are more of a pain in the butt to work with. It's just generally better just to deploy a new Guerrier. It's much more reliable. And the Guerriers are expensive. They cost 100 each, rather than the standard factions 50 drop off. Right now, the Khan's still not a great position. Ottoman's strength is powerful throughout the entire game because they can focus on colony and still get a decent force deployed out. So I do got these Keshiks going around. Splitting up your forces of Keshiks can be very useful to keep your opponent off balance. You'd be surprised how what one Keshik can do in a wood line. Say you're microing, assaulting, being aggressive on one side, forcing your opponent to draw his attention over there. A single Keshik in the back line can do some significant damage. And now the Ottoman player has reached his castle age. The Mongol player is still very far from it. And all the screw has been pulled out there. It does get a second town center out as well. And no more additional traders at the moment. Outposts now receiving some fire. Now the Keshiks starting to engage these Sepoys. A couple spearmen here. The spearmen do get some stabs there. Let's try to go forward once again. The Ottoman player has been very defensive. We got good number of archers to pull out on the Mongol player, 21. His opponent's starting to pull out some mangonels there. He has the Mahid Imperial Armory. And these forces will be pushed on forward. The Keshiks do receive a bit of fire there. Now these Keshiks are moving around. Silvertree now seems to fire from these spearmen. And these Keshiks are just dancing around. Let's go and check. While moving over there, we got these torches still raining on him, getting some good damage on that Silvertree. And now these villagers have been spotted and will be overran, getting a large number of kills on these villagers. This will greatly equalize the numbers. Of course, we do have to separate out now being employed out in the field. And over here, these Keshiks still giving this force a big runaround. This is being very good for the Mongol player. Even his opponent defensive like this, it allows him to buy some extra time. Silvertree will be burnt down. And now we got the Castle Age 4, the Mongol player. Now he can go for his veteran Keshik research. A bit of extra grade there, and now we do also have the veteran research for archers and for Keshiks. Let's see, the Ovo. A bit curious about the Ovo at the moment. He may not have rebuilt it. Yeah, looks like the Ovo has not been rebuilt. Yep, 0 out of 1. So he has not been collecting any stone. Yeah, if I better look up here, 0 minutes per minute. So he has not rebuilt the Ovo just yet. There is, of course, there's a big stone outcropping there, which can last him a bit of time. And the Ottoman player does have a massive army out in the field thanks to those academies. And now does pull out some Janissaries as well, which are going to have bonus damage against cavalry, and they also have a really high rate of fire, so you can't just mass horsemen and try to overrun them. It's a massive force, and very effective versus cavalry. At this point in time, he needs man-at-arms and mangonels. Going for more Keshiks, he has 40 archers in the field, which is significant. Which will do bonus damage versus these Sepoys, not Sepoys, spearmen, but Sepoys do bonus damage versus spearmen. Not spearmen, archers. So right now, Red just he needs man-at-arms, mangonel. That's his composition of what he really needs. Science about ready to advance on forward. Keshiks roaming around the flanks. I got a mass assault here. Mongol player does have superior number of villagers. He can kill off this force, He'd be in great position, but that's an if he can kill off this force here. There's also kind of Mangonel being put on the field. Finds a massive hit on these archers. There's a nice little choke point here, which can also be detrimental as well. And the Metra does affect the Mangonel. Counter arrows are firing away, which will provide some good fire support. I think he could have queued a garrison with villagers, he could have queued a garrison with archers. I'm not sure what he garrisoned up with. The Kashyyyks are fighting some more attacks on these various villagers. Science streaming more and more forces here, including crossbowmen, which will make it harder to pull out man-arms. Right now, he just needs Mangonels. He does pull out his own Mangonel, getting Spring Gold on the build queue as well. Mangonels do bonus damage to structures. We do not have siege engineers at the moment either. Just finding great engagement on these villagers. Sidon is actually really low on villagers. Red is in a better position than he actually imagined. It's just that all these free units is providing Sidon a massive force to potentially knock Red out of the game. But Red has twice the number of villagers there. Kashyyyks been doing a great job of raiding his opponent. Now got a Mangonel pulled up by Red. Sidon does not have a Spring Goal in the field, so he can't engage his opponent's Mangonels. And right now the academies are deploying out crossbowmen. Archer's not engaging, getting some great damage there. Mangonel lie up shot there. Great positions there, hit poorly. And now the Smirnoff going to be overrunning the Mangonel. Mangonel, we're seeing massive amounts of fire. Looks like Mangonel does go down there, but the Spearmen do pay for quite a bit. Springald push forward. Does get a shot there on the Mangonel. We got some man-arms here to pull out by Sign as well. He is repairing up that Spring Gold with his villagers. He does save the Spring Gold there. Science Force, a big chunk of it has completed through. And right now he's deploying out those are Kashyyyks. Right now he's deploying out more crossbowmen at the moment. And spearmen. Of course, these Janissaries are still in the field. They only have 90 health at the moment. Veteran archers have 80 health to give for comparison. Sapal's advancing forward. We'll see a lot of arrow fire. He does have Pierce armor research, but got Pierce damage for the veteran archer as well. 9 damage versus the 5 Pierce armor. Mangonel still in that region. Yukon's rise. That Kashyyyk gets annihilated by the Janissaries. More Janissaries not being pulled on the field. Mangonel finds a small hit there. Does take out a large number of these spearmen, but there's still a good number of man-arms here. Does use the arrow. Now trying to stutter step away. He does not have the level upgraded arrow at the moment. Springald does take out that Mangonel, but does have another Mangonel now pushing forward. We got some horsemen up on field. They're not veteran horsemen. Archer fires. Agent got another Mangonel to deploy the field. Will find a massive hit on these forces, doing an absurd amount of splash damage. That may have what kept Red in the game. Springald firing away, does get a small hit there, most of the stable. And Khan does go down. Horseman charges forward, does not get a hit there on the Mangonel. We got Springald here. The Springald needs to hit that Mangonel. The Springald does 42 range. The Mangonel, especially when packed up, only has 22 Pierce armor. And these Janissaries are hitting these Kashyyyks quite severely. And it feels like the Janissaries attack faster than 1.5 seconds. They feel like they attack faster than that. In comparison, regular archers have attack speed of 1.4. But they feel like they're attacking at the same rate, honestly. Sapals and horsemen now engage each other, but the Sapals are generally better than horsemen. Topaz will go down there. Cash is still move around. Red has a superior number of villagers, but Cyan still has the advantage with his military with the 3 units. He's now pulling out some battering rams. Got 2 battering rams now here. He's going to need more spring balls to deal with him. He does not have enough archers here. This wood line is starting to start receiving some fire there. He may get all these villagers back on home. Maginot does go down to the Sapalas. Got some Janissaries as well as archers advance forward. Some man arms still in the region as well. Now villagers going to be torching down these battering rams. Once they get torched down, they can throw some into these towers, get some fire support. Right now the villagers are not getting hit. Does take out those battering rams there. These villagers need to be passed back on in. They're still going to be retreating the long way around. Maybe it's a superior number of villagers. You may not realize it because there's been so much pressure against him. He doesn't realize how high his villager advantage is. Let's look at some of these Janissaries now. This outpost is still unupgraded. Archers gets good hits there. So Hedrick gets annihilated by those Janissaries. Doesn't get the arrow research or Floyd. Does use the fence arrow. That fence arrow is pretty good as well. Good damage there. Some of these forces getting separated there. This is split formation. A lot of these forces still booted from that Maginot shot we've noted earlier. Now you got all the secret sites captured by Cyan. You have a Stepford out there trying to go for the skull deposit, but still this skull deposit over here. And pulling out some towers next to it would be helpful for the silver tree eventually. More Janissaries being pulled on out. Archers advancing on forward. Got a couple Janissaries in the mix. Lancers are now being pulled on the field. We got this Ketchik charging forward. Gets a good strike there on the Sapal. More horsemen being pulled out as well. And now I do have this Maginot getting some good damage on in. Battering ram now is seeing some damage. We've got a line of just regular palisade walls there. These villagers need to get out of this region. We do have this gold deposit. Oh, nope, separate out. That's the problem with the redeploy mechanic. It sucks. They're not aggressive enough in forcing units away from it. We got another Maginot deployed on the field. It's a good hit there. Red has deployed out another Maginot. Separate out has now been redeployed. Red has a good number of horsemen on the field, trying to counter these ranged units with the horsemen. And now the metric goes down as well. Springall does go down there. Maginot's advancing on forward. Maginot does pack on up, trying to back on off. Got the arrow research being pulled on field. And looks like Maginot will get overran by the Sapal. The column's not gone down, but his arrow has been utilized. We have another Metro now deployed on the field. And that battering does go down to the horsemen. We got some man-at-arms here as well. And so we got the sacred site victory now. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. It does stop the sacred site here from being decaptured. They have no outpost in this region. Going for another career. And this village not being harassed has been very important. And right now, Red has been running through most of his wood. So he's wanting to expand out more into the map and get more wood closets there. Gets a great volley there on the Mangonel onto the archers now. We've got 2 traction trebuchets deployed on Elk. Now Red decides to push forward with another counterattack. Has been on the archers in this region. Horsemen now advancing on forward. Nice to see a bit of fire there. They got the spearmen there, having trouble dealing with the man-at-arms now. He doesn't have any crossbowmen to deal with these man-at-arms. He does have some more horsemen out on the field. And now some of these man-at-arms are going to be whittled down by these archer force. Right now, Red needs to get... Okay, he's starting to get out some more crossbowmen now, getting more horsemen. Has 3 traction trebuchets as well as spring gold. Sun has a spring gold on the field as well. Has 85 health. And so Red spring gold may be able to take it out one shot. Should be able to take it out one shot. 70 damage. No, the pierce armor could protect it. Traction trebuchets try to push away forward. Spring gold does find a good hit down from the Mangonel. Mangonel finds a hit down the spring gold. And may go down to the next shot. Does not go down to the next shot. Springall does go down there. Horsemen trying to overrun the Mangonel. And they do overrun the Mangonel. A lot of Red's archers push on forward safely. Sapaw's starting to go down there. And Cyan tried to go for the deer right there. That was a weird option. Looks like Red's now eyeing for this wood line. Does pull out a pair of watchtowers here. And does get started to capture this point now. Cyan has a good number of palisade walls across the front line, but of course the traction trebuchet should be able to deal with it. Spot is going down. Now the keep is receiving some fire. Got now a battle ramp being deployed on out. And some of these villagers are starting to go down. Trying to pull another tower. He does have 2 defensive towers here. Both of them being upgraded spring golds. And Cyan does have this walls here. Oh, looks like the horseman went down to the man-at-arms there. There's now advancing forward. Does get the horseman that charging the spring gold, taking it out. Archer's not pushing forward. Battle ramps engaging. Spring golds just need to start hitting these various forces. And the 6-side has been decaptured, so that the 6-side victory has been reset, and now the keep has been set ablaze. Taking out a little Cyan spring gold there, very nice. And this force is starting to be cleaned up. And since Cyan's force has been greatly diminished, Red has a massive military right now. And since he has no coming back up, these free units will not be phased out fast enough in order to defend him. Though he still has a significant number of heavy armored units. Some of these horsemen are charging forward, trying to deal with these various forces. We got counterweight trebuchet there. These horsemen could try charging down that. Red has a significant number of outposts here. Has enough room for 20 for the 27 villagers. And got multiple decapture these sector sites, reducing Cyan's income even more. Horsemen charging forward, doing some good damage here. Red's army is now advancing forward as well, but they're getting caught up on some of these outposts. But the outposts, let's go down to the battering rams now. Red's horseman does go down. There's a large number of man-at-arms on the field. Keshiks wouldn't be half bad against them. Though, of course, he still have to fight against Janissaries, which hard counters cavalry severely. So now close is starting to go on down. And got a pair of outposts here. Got working on a lot of villages in that region. Red's force is starting to get overran. Want more archers, more crossbowmen, trying to deal with this force. He's actually not planning any more archers, going straight for crossbowmen. And some of these tractor trebuchets are starting to go on down. Side does have a battering ram here. And also the horseman does get cleaned on up. Looks like there is a spring guard placement, one of those outposts. The other one has not been upgraded. Okay, we're gonna start pushing way forward. Mangonel now receiving some damage here. Does got that Mangonel as well. Good hit there on the Red's force. He does have the Venom Connier, the arrows now available as well. Now Keshiks are trying to raid these villagers. The Spring Guard placement still pose a problem to them. So pause phase forward. Khan has gone down. Looks like he did not use his arrow just yet. More forces being employed on out. His Janissaries do get picked off right there. You got the separate outpost force. Good eye for some towers in this region help keep these villagers secure. Forces starting to get cleaned on up. And Keshiks are just having trouble raiding these villagers. He needs us some Madden Rams there. Going for a couple banner rams wouldn't hurt as well. It will help him poke some holes in these walls and perhaps get his trade up and going as well if he needs more gold. More counterweight trebuchets being pulled on the field. Great damage there, and thanks to the nearby Meter, these Janissaries will fire incredibly quickly, able to annihilate the horsemen no problem. Bosking, some great damage there. Got these horsemen now going straight for the villagers. That can help put more favor in Red's favor. Hits on these villagers as busy microing this force over here. These archers are being cleaned up by the Sapaws. Got a pair of banner, or at least, yeah, a pair of banners pushing forward. Gets some good hits on in. And again, these villagers getting hit once again. And signed us back out of the game now. This Anne Grade saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay.